Welcome, everybody, to a brand new series of Civilization 6. This time, we're going to try both a different format, a different difficulty, a different game speed, and a new map type, as well as a huge map size. So, first of all, what I want to do during this game is, rather than commentate consistently, I just want to give you, hopefully somewhere between a 2 to 5 minute video every 10 turns, right? First of all, we're going to be playing, however, as China. Dynastic cycle. Eurekas and inspirations give 60% of civics and technologies instead of 50%. The first emperor. When building wonders, we can expend builder charges to complete 15% of the original wonder cost. Crouching tiger. Effectively a medieval era unit, ranged unit with a range of 1, high combat strength, so not the greatest. I think if that's replacing, at a guess, crossbowmen, 2 range is pretty handy, but we'll see how we go. The Great Wall. So the Great Wall provides an increase to defense, a bonus to gold if adjacent to other segment, and culture and tourism as you advance through the technology tree for adjacent segments, and must be built in a line along the borders of your empire. So I look forward to this. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but we will see how it goes. I wonder if, you build a wall, can your borders still expand past that bit? I certainly hope so. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. Emperor difficulty. I'm fairly comfortable, or I was fairly comfortable, at Civ 5 on this difficulty. In my last game, I took it at King through a domination victory, so we'll give it a go at Emperor. Marathon. 200% slower. Hence, the update format rather than commentating persistently through the game. Map type shuffle. I was tempted by the Pangea, but I did have fun with my Navy units last time. So, what's better than any of these is actually just not knowing what it is that the map's going to reveal. Then we will also have a huge map size, which is 12 players. It'll all be random. We won't be adding any more AI players. Victory conditions, everything's on the table. I have just gone with standard resources. I think if you don't pick shuffle, you can have a little bit more say. So, for example, you can use world age. One of the joys of Civ 6 is these now actually tell you what it is that they do. So, temperature hot will give you more desert, less tundra and snow, etc., etc. But we will be playing on shuffle. We'll be keeping barbarians. We'll be keeping tribal villages. So, having said that, let's start.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. In your people lies your greatest strength, Emperor Qin Shi Huang. From all over the world, others will come to gaze upon the great walls and towering wonders of your united China. May the hands of your men never blister, as they work hard and fast to raise the most impressive structures that the world will ever know. Protect them well, and you will forever be immortalized.
I'm quite looking forward to the Great Wall. I think I'm going to be spamming builders. So, they do receive an extra charge, which is pretty good. But I'm going to want, both builders and settlers. Now, one of the mechanisms which the game uses to prevent you from just playing super wide is that settlers and builders cost more for each additional one you build. It's a fairly minimal increase on each, with each incremental unit built. However, it does add up. Having said that, there does seem to be a zeitgeist in the games that I'm playing about playing wide rather than tall. Because of the way amenities work, where you get four amenities per luxury resource, and it's divided automatically by cities. I think there's probably something to be said about expanding your cities in groups of 4. So one of the goals that I will be looking for is to expand my cities in groups of 4 along waterways. So we'll have a brief talk about this start. This is a beautiful food beginning, simply because 1, 2, 3 food. One of the things that I want to be aware of, though, is that because the Great Wall, a city can expand to 3 tiles, right? So for me to put the Great Wall along these 3 tiles is actually probably going to be pretty detrimental. So I may even consider coming and starting not on water, looking for an aqueduct. Looking for an aqueduct, coming in the middle here, looking for an aqueduct for our first city will be quite detrimental. We only get 1 turn to move, however. I'm going to come down here and see what I see. Stone. All stone. Now, the killer question is, of course, where do we want to settle? I'm going to settle here, I think, for the food bowl. That should give us a whole lot of food. I could settle here. Let's have a quick look at the yields. 3 yields, 4. There's also 3 food up here, but that could just be a marshland. There's not that much production. So here would put us both in range of 2 stones. We'd lose the horses, but that can be, that could be our second city. We won't need horses straight away, especially not on this particular speed. I'm wondering though, this does have hills, yeah. So here, the hills would be on the borders of, they would be taking up our Great Wall slots, whereas here, we would potentially have unknown taking up our Great Wall slots. So, I'm not going to settle on turn 1. I'm going to move off start. There's horses up here. 1, 2, 3. We'll lose a stone. We'll lose a sheep. Okay. That's fine. Time to settle. Our first city. The first thing we're going to do is be really disappointed at the volume of turns. Oh man. Marathon speed. Let's build a scout. Let's get one out. Let's quickly check the tiles. Lock you. 11 turns until growth with 4. Well, I'll just have a look at this. 21 turns until growth. But it would also knock 7 turns off our scout. Okay. Let's grow quicker, and then let's we can buff our scout up later on. We're definitely going to need some production. 5.2 gold per turn. We could look at buying a tile. How much are they? 150 bucks. Not for a long time yet, though. Okay. Up next, need to figure out what our science is going to be. Animal husbandry. Don't need the granary straight away. We'll start with animal husbandry. We want to look for another civilization. We want to find a natural wonder. We're not going to proc this for sailing. Farmer resource could be pretty handy. Hanging gardens must be built next to a river. Okay. I'm going to really focus on wonders given the Chinese benefit, the Chinese national skill, which, as we spoke about earlier on, is there some way to... Hey, it's me. Here we go. Spend builder charges to complete 15% of the original wonder cost. So, receive one additional charge. So, if I'm reading this right, it's going to be 60% from building one builder. But yet, a builder is also going to take us 48 turns to complete. So, we'll have to see how we go. But, up next is definitely going to be exploring. We'll see how we go. I will try and get back to you guys around turn 10 to 12 and give you an update, although I suspect we'll still be exploring and working on a scout. Okay. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, do all that jazz, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!